I'm just going to give you a little instruction as to how to use, first how to download my Lake Geneva Shore Path and all of the trail guides. And I'm going to show you where they all are. They're in here, Take a Hike Trail Guides. This is my photography site, so you'll find many things like photographer resources. You'll find my photography, of course, and all these menus you can click down on. But today we're just going to learn how to download the files and how to use them. So the Lake Geneva Shore Path, as well as all of my guides that you'll see here currently, have many different great uses for many people. Some people will use all of the things involved in the file, and some will just use some things. What we're used to seeing in a trail guide is just simply a book, which is wonderful and great, and I have one of those. And scroll down here a little bit and you can see it, and it's flipping through. This is a flip page book, and it will show you all of the pages that are in the book. You can even click on this and get it to go full screen. We'll do that for a second here. And it'll take it a second to power up. So as you can see, you'll get the same thing, and you can flip forward or flip backward. And there we go. There's the little... So you can see the full book before you ever buy, which is wonderful. Let's try to go to the beginning here, which is
Welcome
this button.
to the Lake Geneva Shore Path. This is a 21-mile
and
people
you can
path.
see that the front
I
page...
call it a people path because so many people enjoy Lake Geneva in so many ways.
And then you can flip through the pages
surrounds and goes around
and see what's in the book. Now currently, some of the pages will be blocked out a little bit until you purchase the guide, but that's not our intent today. So let's get out of that and go back here. Somehow I got to Bryce Canyon. Let's go back to the Lake Geneva Shore Path, and that's right here. So so we're on this page, and then I want to buy this trail guide. How do I do it? Well, let's go down here below, and as you saw, you got to preview the book, minus some of you can see everything that's there. Some things are blanked over until you buy the book, but you get to see everything that's there. So this right here tells you exactly what is included in the file that you download. You get a zip file, so you'll have to open that, and I'll show you how to do that. You get the Lake Geneva Shore Path, 21 miles of the printable PDF trail guide. The guide that you see here below that you can make full page, you can print one page at a time, but you can't download it, you can't save it, and you can't see all of it very well. So this also includes a GPX file for your GPS-enabled device, your Garmin, your iPhone, any of your smartphones out there, your Droid, your BlackBerry, and also a KLM file to view in Google Earth and Google Maps. Now, all three of these files make this guide very interactive, and the whole point of the guide is to make it interactive, to create an experience for yourself. So this guide, the whole gamut of the guide, is for you to be able to have your own experience on the lake path. And I'm going to show you how to do that. You may use all three of these things. You may only use one. You may use two. So let's just add this to the cart. It's $15. There are some other options below, and those are for retailers. Those are for people that are going to retail this trail guide in their store. So let's go ahead and add this to the cart. And you see it goes to a digital download page. It says zip file, and it says exactly what it said in there. It tells you what it includes. Then you can click on details, so it's going to take you right back to that page. So let's just go to view cart. If you ever get out of that, just go back to view cart, and it's going to take you right back to where you were. It's going to show you that your total is $15. Now, if you bought this guide in a retail shop in Lake Geneva or any place, you just enter your coupon code here, and then you press enter, and it's going to give you a free download. So you already bought the guide for $15 in a shop, then you just go ahead and put your coupon code in here. Well, we're going to go ahead otherwise and say pay now, and it's just going to take you through the shopping process. Now it'll go through PayPal, it looks like, but you can also, if you have a PayPal account, you can use that. Otherwise, you can continue right here, and you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. and that's going to take you through that page. So we'll skip that for now. You know how to do that. As soon as you do that, it's going to come back, and it's going to give you this page. So it tells you that you paid, and so it gives you this page, and it's going to send you an email as well. So in your email, you'll have a link that you can click, and so you click, and when you click on that, you come up to here. And so now it says, for order details, click here, but you've got to download now right here. So you click on that download now, and whether you're on a PC or a Mac, you're going to have a download folder that most of your stuff, when you download something from the internet, goes into. Some of you don't know where those download files are, or folders are, so I also recommend that if you have a place, let's say on your desktop, that you'd like to put something, just simply right-click on this download now, and it'll say download linked file as. And you can tell it where you want to go. Like, I'm on a Mac, so say I say desktop, and you can see I've got a lot of things on here. But if you have a specific file that you want to put this in, you want to make sure that you can find it after you download it. So I think that's probably the hardest thing for most people, is that once they download their files, they can't find them. Another thing you could do, so to make sure that you find it, is just to add a new folder. Desktop is probably the easiest place for you to find your items if you don't know how to do this, or if you don't know where your download file is. And you can simply create a new folder, and I know you can do that on the PC too. It might just look a little bit different. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that just to show you. I might just say trail guide. So I do that, and now it's nice and clean in there. And I can also change my save as. I'm going to save it to Lake Geneva trail guide. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my desktop here, and I'm going to see that I actually have this folder right here called Trail Guide that I created, and it's downloading right now. It's downloading as Lake Geneva Trail Guide. To make things just a little bit faster, because it's going to take a little while, I think it's about 37 megabytes. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I think I might even be able to, nope, I can't see the progress of it, but sometimes you can. Now, so I'm just going to go to a file where I did download it before, and I left it as what it was called. It was called download file, but I could have simply changed this to Lake Geneva Trail Guide too. So, but just for purposes of hurrying it along a little bit and showing you step by step, you'll see that this is a zip file. It says zip, and it looks like a little zipper here. That means it wants you to take this zipper and unzip it, and once I do that, all you do is click on it, and it's going to extract the files. So it says unarchiving download file. On a PC, it might say something different. It might say unzipping, but it's all the same thing. It's going to unload it right there, and now I've got a file with the same name. So if I named it Lake Geneva, this file would have said Lake Geneva. So now we've got 3 files in here, and you can see these. One says Lake Geneva with a KML after it, and one says Lake Geneva with a GPX after it, and then here's our PDF. The PDF, as you can see, looks exactly like what we saw on the flip book. Only on the flip book, you're going to see some of these pages that were blanked out, and you're going to see them fully. So you've got a 66-page book here. You can open it up into Adobe Acrobat, and you can flip through it. And I've changed it just a tad, so it's going to look a little bit different the first couple pages. It's going to tell you where you can park, where you can access the lake, and a lot of other great information. So that book, you can go ahead and print it now, and you can go ahead and highlight things in it, and whatever else you wish to do with it. So everything's viewable and visible, and you can feel free to, if you have a place to put it on your smartphone, go ahead and do that too. But some of the really, really juicy and valuable components of this trail guide, being this interactive, are in the other 2 files that makes the digital download an amazing, amazing tool compared to a regular book. One, it does save paper too, so your guide is going to be a little bit less expensive with all these other components in it. But the GPX file is something that I can't show you just on my computer. But you can, I think on a PC, you're actually able to use it, utilize it, and put it into Google Earth. But the premise of the GPX file is to be able to load it into your phone. And when you load it into your phone, you actually have a trail that you can follow, and it's very, very neat. So you load it into your phone, and then you can actually track your trail as you go around the lake and see how you do compared to where the trail is. So it's really like an interactive guide, so to speak, literally. And it was just really a neat file. If you don't have a GPX or GPS device, don't worry about it. If you ever get one, you can use it. It's just kind of a neat file to have. The other one is a KML. So the two things that everybody's going to be able to utilize if you have a computer, and you wouldn't be downloading this if you didn't, is the KML. Now, everybody has Google Earth for free. If you don't have it, go to Google. You can download Google Earth, and it's a free file. And this, I'm going to right-click on. I want to open it with Google Earth. And so on here, you're going to see, it's going to ask me if it's an application. Are you sure you want to open it? And I'm going to say yes. And it's basically opening the file that you see here, which is Lake Geneva. And you can actually see these were I want to say foot created by me. I tracked this whole thing, walked around it, and you'll even see right down here. This is a little spot on Lake Geneva that you can't really go right around here. They have it actually, let's zoom in a little bit. They actually have you go around the actual shoreline just for a bit, but you can even see that. So if you put the GPX, this is what you'll see on any smartphone too, and you'd see like your little dot following the lake path. But in the KML file, you can actually go in here and preview the whole thing. You can get right down to swimming pools even on this. It's pretty interesting. And so Google Earth allows you to play with this as much as you like, but let's go in here a little bit more and let's see how close we can get. Pretty close. So you're seeing the piers, you're seeing all kinds of stuff. You can find GPS coordinates if there's something on here that you see that you'd like to take a look at and you know that. You can find those GPS coordinates just right down here, just by clicking on any, or just by putting this little arm or this little hand over that spot. So it's pretty neat that you can. There's a lot of great ability with the Google Earth, and you can go ahead and print parts of this map off if you like. It's obviously a pretty simple path. The difficulty, of course, is in the length. But let's say that you wanted to print off part of this map, and since it's an interactive map, it allows you to do that. Instead of me deciding what's important to you, my idea is to get people out there to hike and to enjoy themselves and have a good time, but to have their own experience and to give you the guide, to give you the tools, and then let you have your own experience. So let's say you wanted to go in here and you wanted to print this off and you wanted to know that the GPS coordinate is right here. So as you're hiking along, you're going to be able to just put that coordinate in, which you see down here, into your GPS device, and you'll know when you're there. So it's a really great, this is one of the greatest tools, I think. For me, I find it more valuable even than the PDF. So it's just kind of a neat thing to have. So that's really about it. I'm going to close that out, and I think I've let you know everything there is about the PDF, the GPS, and the KLM files, and how to open up your zip file. And if you have any other questions after you've purchased, certainly feel free to email me. And otherwise, enjoy this path, the lake path, if you're in Lake Geneva. Otherwise, you know how to open the other files as well and enjoy them. They're really a great time. It's all about the experience. So take your feet out there and go for it.